Good evening. In this news section, we have situations that have happened regarding international business. The sources are BBC News, New York Times, US News, The Wall Street Journal. In this first section, we have Esteban, in the second section, Jessica, in the third section, Karen, and in the fourth section, Juan.
A recent news that is undoubtedly affecting world trade and the supply chain as well as the pocket of all the consumers is the container crisis. Currently, one of the greatest maritime transport crises in history is being experienced. There is several circumstances that have aligned so that the so-called container crisis has occurred, generating a start in the world trade and the supply chain, causing the price increase in some products and shortages. These are on the effects that affect the portfolio and the pocket of consumers. The shortage of containers, that means insufficient space to transport the products, and likewise the cost of skyrocketing freight, generated by the stagnation and stacking of thousands of containers in America and Europe due to restrictions of the pandemic, making it impossible for them to return to Asia, where the majority of the world's population is settled. The momentary closure of some ports in China. This causes long waits for free containers, crowds in the largest international ports, producing a considerable rise in freight price of even double and triple what is customary. One of the most important countries in the world, such as the superpower United States, is having repercussions on its supply chain, generated by the tens of thousands of containers trapped in ports such as Long Beach and California. And it is added that these ports don't know they are operating full-time, not on Sundays, like the main ports in Europe and Asia that operate 24 hours a day every week. Large companies currently don't have enough inventory to meet the high demand required, such as Nike with the sneakers. Christmas-related items had increased in price by 25% for this season. These two large ports, such as California and Long Beach, working at 70% of their capacity. Rachel Ostergaard, President of the North American region, that is a great operational disadvantage in the USA supply chain. Jean Siroka, CEO of the largest port in Los Angeles, said that so far this year the total volume of the containers has grown 30% so far this year compared to 2020, reflecting that not even one of the most powerful countries in the world got by unnoticed before a crisis of such magnitude, evidencing the collapse that the ports are going through. The great losses of money due to the container crisis, affecting a very important element in international trade, such as transport and supply chain, that is so important to the functional of the world. And in the end, is the consumers who bear the consequence with an increase in the price of the products.
In this section of international business on breaking news, we have a new of fishing rights row. France warns that agreements with the UK are at risk. France has identified pressure of the UK over post-Brexit fishing rights. warning bilateral cooperation could be at risk. The main problem here is that the government in Paris is angry that the UK granted 12 licenses out of 47 bids for smaller vessels to fish in its territorial waters. The Prime Minister warned that all bilateral agreements with the UK could be at risk if the European Commission did not take a thorough stance of the UK government. No details were given, but the two countries have a raft of agreements covering defense, security, and border controls, as well as energy and trade. The UK's Brexit minister rejected French claims that the UK was in breach of the Brexit trade deal. Owing to this situation, France on Tuesday repeated its threat to cut power supplies to the UK. A UK government document in July said 47 of the country's electricity imports were from France. In addition to this, French Europe Minister Clement Benol told Europe One Radio, "The UK depends on our energy exports. They think they can live alone while also hitting Europe, and since it doesn't work, they engage in aggressive competition." The UK also prevented the French from operating in British waters because of difficulties in obtaining licenses, and according to an agreement with the European Union, French vessels operators must show a history of fishing in the area to receive a license for Jersey waters. But it has been claimed that additional requirements were added without notice.
In other news, for a Washington arms pact of France said it had been betrayed by the United States after Beijing kicked out of multi-billion-dollar deal supply submarines to Australia. In a rift between NATO allies that is shaping up to be among the bitterest transatlantic disputes of Biden's in the first year of the office. French Foreign Minister Jean-Yves Le Drian on Saturday called the USA-backed deal a stab in the back. The President Biden on Wednesday announced a new security pact with Australia and the UK that will include a long-term agreement to build nuclear-powered submarines for Australia. Canberra on Tuesday confirmed this was pulling out of the French contract. Chinese officials reacted with alarm at the prospect of a military power in the region equipped with nuclear submarines. A lot USA officials say they will not carry nuclear weapons. The relations between Australia and China have deteriorated in recent years amid a flurry of economic and political disputes. These blurred, unilateral, and unpredictable decisions remains me a lot of what of Mr. Trump used to do. Le Drian said, referring to the former USA president, "I am angry and bitter. This is not done between allies or of
The secret wealth and dealing of world leaders, politicians, and billionaires has been put in one of the big link of financial documents. Some 25 foreign or for the leaders on more than 300 public officials are featured in the fines onshore companies and the Pandora Papers. The real the King of Jordan secret. David Ryan, King of Jordan, secretly made 70 pounds of UK and never seen property. They also show how a UK PM, Tony Blair, and his wife saved 312,000 in scam beauty when they bought of London office. The couple bought off the shore first tab on the buildings. The link also linked Russian President Vladimir Putin the secret asset in Monaco and showed the Czech Minister Andrej Babis's finance election. Later his tweet failed to the print. Own of joint investment company used to push in 2 billion for 12 million pounds in the south of France. It is the latest in a new string of links over the past 7 years following the first sale find the Paradise Papers, the Panama Papers on LuxLeaks.